Hi, Brian with Dynamax here. So we just got back from a trip. We unloaded everything. Last night we stayed at Brown County State Park, and there were trees everywhere, so we had no satellite. We couldn't get any signal. So my wife went to play a DVD, and after about 5 minutes, she basically flopped down on the bed and said, "I'm done." It was not as intuitive as we would have liked, and so I thought this was a great opportunity to sort of go over all of the AV options that are available to you and sort of how each one works. There's actually 4 sources of AV. One would be over-the-air channels, which is your regular broadcast channels, also known as OTA. You'll see it referenced that way. 2 would be park cable, or if you go to a campsite that has full hookups, you can hook up to their coax cable. That will feed throughout the motorhome. 3 would be your Blu-ray player. That's another source available to you. And 4th and finally, you would have, if you option satellite, you would have satellite availability as well. First things first, you're going to power up your TV. Sometimes, depending on what source it is, we're going to go to our first source, which is over the air, or TV. You may or may not get channels at this point. You're going to go into your menu, and you're going to go over to channel. Okay. From there, you want to change that to air. Now, there's a trick here. The over-the-air channel is a boosted antenna, so you have to make sure that the antenna booster is on. Somewhere in your coach, you're going to have a switch plate that looks like this. This is the WineGuard Connect 2, which is Wi-Fi, over-the-air antenna, a bunch of different things. Some of them may have 1. This one actually has 2, but right here is an over-the-air antenna, or powered antenna. You have to push that button. You're going to see that green light light up. That means your over-the-air antenna is now boosted. Then come back to your TV. Again, you're going to go over to your channel section. You're going to go to air, and you're going to auto scan. Press over. Yes to auto scan. Hit start. What this is going to do is it's going to go through all of the available channels that might be out there, and it's going to dial in any that are available to you. If they are HD channels, they will of course come up HD. If not, typically they will be SD, and it will say so. Or a lot of the HD channels are a 0.1, but that varies now. Once it programs the channels, of course. Then you're good to go, and then of course as you go through, it'll tell you what channels are available to you. Typically HD or SD. Typically if it's a .1, it's going to be HD. Sometimes if it's not, it's going to be SD. Oh, actually they mark it. So that's all there is to it. Now the second type of cable that you can get is going to be TV as well. This is when you hook up the park cable. So again, you want to go back to your channel. You're going to switch this over to cable, and you're going to do an auto scan. Again, here it's the opposite. You're going to have this switch plate here. This antenna here is boosted. You want to make sure that this is off, or the over-the-air channel will override any of the channels coming in on the cable. So make sure that that green light is out. You want nothing powered here, and then you can go over to your TV again, go to auto scan on cable, hit auto scan, hit yes, and it will go through and it will scan all of the channels and basically program in any of the channels that are available at the campsite. The third type of AV source you might get is going to be satellite. So in this case, we of course hooked up a Wally. The Wally is connected to the HDMI port up there. Now, part of the issue we run into is we're always trying to make things simpler. At the same time, we're trying to give you maximum flexibility so you can watch whatever you want on any TV. And this is where simplicity and complexity sort of fight each other. Because to give you maximum flexibility, to be able to watch a TV on anything you want on any TV is not a simple process as you might think. Now, it is simple once you understand it. But here, I'll show you. Basically what we've done is our source is HDMI 1. And right now, we are on satellite. This is just the way that it's been set up. So here, actually it's checking for switch status right now because we haven't been using it, but basically we are on the satellite signal right here on HDMI 1. Now you don't need to do anything with the TV on the brand new 2019 stuff because basically we've added now a multiplex. As I was writing before, Blu-ray is one of the sources that are available to you. Now normally this Blu-ray feeds this TV. That's how it's always been set up in 18. New for 2019, we've added an HDMI matrix. And what this does is your satellite or your Blu-ray will feed to basically an HDMI switch box or an HDMI matrix here. This is a 4-in, 4-out box, which means you can have 4 sources coming in and 4 outputs. Output A is your front or living room TV, output B is your bedroom TV, output C is the outside TV if equipped. And as you can see here, each one of these is a particular source. Now we only use 2, 1 being Blu-ray and 2 being the satellite if so equipped. So as you can see up front here, we've got the Blu-ray player running, and if you want to watch satellite, you don't do anything. Right now the source is on HDMI 1 for this particular TV. You don't ever need to change the source off of the HDMI. There's only one HDMI connection to the back, and that is then fed by the matrix, and you pick the sources there. So keep an eye on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to switch from output A, which is the living room TV, and I'm going to switch that to source 2, which is going to be the satellite, which right now is currently installing the switch. And so as you can see here, this is on HDMI 2 for the bedroom. This is on the Blu-ray. There's nothing that we need to do on the TV now. If we want to change the source, now I'm just going to run up front and I'm going to change the source on this TV to source number 2, which again is the satellite. It's not changed here, it's changed up on the matrix. So output A is the front TV, output B is the bedroom TV. We're going to change this over to satellite there.